10 signs he's a loser and why you need to dump him. I don't think anyone intentionally starts out dating someone who is bad for them. It just happens. Or does it? Attracting and finding the right partner starts by taking the time to really know yourself, what's important and core for you. Answering that is the key to figuring out what you want from someone else. It truly starts and ends by being your own best friend. Liking and loving you. It's the only way to allow someone else to. That being said, there are still those universal dating red flags to watch for. Someone else's inappropriate behavior which is not a reflection of you. Unless you let it. Recognizing these early warning signs can save a lot of heartache and pain. Not to mention keeping your precious self-esteem intact. 1. He's a mess. Literally. First date. His hair's dirty and his clothes look like he slept in them. He chooses to meet at McDonald's or something equivalent. I don't care how charming he turns out to be. It's not good. First impressions are everything. If he's not making the effort now, it's highly unlikely he ever will. You have to ask yourself the million-dollar question. Why bother? Let his mother fix him. It's not your job. Move along. Don't look back. Repeat after me. I deserve better than this. Say it until you believe it. 2. Rude. There is no excuse for bad behavior. Ever. Snippy to the waiter. Hints at your flaws, or at others. Puts people down, to their face or to you. Looks at other women while you are talking to him. Constantly interrupts. This is not someone you wanted to be associated with. I don't care if he truly is the cutest guy you have ever dated. Eventually, if he hasn't already, he will turn his venom on you. It's hurtful and inexcusable. And it is most certainly not about you. Don't even think that way or you're in for a world of hurt. Repeat after me. I am better than this. I can do better. Say it until you believe it. 3. A moocher. He's a little short on cash. He's been hinting about it for weeks. You've lent a sympathetic ear but have not offered your help. Finally he asks. He promises to pay you back. Don't. Let him borrow from someone else. It's hard enough to build a relationship without muddying the waters from an issue as sensitive as this. Better to date someone who is financially responsible. Repeat after me. I can do better. Say it until you believe it. Are we catching on here? 4. Doesn't pay attention. You're in the middle of telling him a great story. He barely makes eye contact. When he does, it's not with you, but the cutie walking by. No. It's called courtesy. Respect. He wouldn't dare do that with his boss, client or friend. They wouldn't allow it. Neither should you. Breathe deep. Repeat after me. I owe it to myself to do better. 5. Doesn't ask about you. He's a great talker. Problem is, it's always about him. You can't have a relationship unless there's a give and take. There's no room for two in a one-man show. Your voice needs to be heard, otherwise you will find your heart unfulfilled and your needs unmet. Now's a good time for our mantra. I can do better. I want better. I will find better. 6. Lies. Do we really need to embellish on this one? Trust in any kind of relationship is paramount. You cannot trust someone who lies. You really and truly can do better on this. 7. Asks you out last minute. Really? How can you possibly think you are special if he consistently practices this behavior? It makes a huge statement as to what he thinks about you and your relationship. If he likes you a lot, he'll want to make sure you set aside quality time for him. And I could go on ad infinitum about why he should be asking you out on a Saturday night and what it means if he doesn't. Self-esteem. Self-respect. Getting what you need and want. Repeat it until you own it. 8. Your friends and family don't like him. One friend doesn't like him. Maybe. 2 friends. Possibly. But when every person in your life, including your dog, doesn't like him, there's usually a good reason. Love yourself as much as your family and friends do and take a good hard look. Odds are, you'll suddenly see the same unsuitable characteristics they do. Repeat our mantra and stay the course. I can and will do better for me. 9. Doesn't go offline. If you don't know what that means, you're not dating online. But for those of you who are, this one is key. A man who is serious about find a partner will go offline after he's met someone he likes and wants to see if it works. That doesn't necessarily mean after the first date, although that would be nice, but shortly thereafter. If you've been dating for weeks, and especially if you've slept with him, he should no longer be online. It's a sign of respect. To you and for you. Yes. You can most certainly find someone better. 10. Repeat offender. He's constantly late. Promises not to. Had one too many drinks. Swears he won't do it again. But he does. Forgets to call when he says he will. More than once. Don't allow this. Set boundaries that are important to you. People show and tell you who they are. Be observant. Listen carefully. Most important, get to know yourself really well. Be clear on what you want in your life. Walk away from what you don't.